Labor Day weekend often signals the unofficial end of summer with one last round of sun, cookouts, and getaways. I cannot believe it's already here. It's one of the busiest travel weekends of the year as people squeeze in those final summer plans. And of course, staying safe is key to enjoying the holiday and wrapping up the season on a high note. Earlier, News 8's Keith Coots spoke to a local doctor. Let's listen in.
Joining us today to talk about how to stay safe this Labor Day weekend, Dr. Jonathan Gates, Chief of Trauma at Hartford Hospital. Doctor, great seeing you today, and I know Labor Day weekend, always an issue with people getting hurt. What are some of the typical kinds of injuries that you see coming into the hospital on weekends like this?
Thank you for the opportunity. It's nice to see you. This is a holiday weekend, as you can imagine, and people are looking at this as the end of summer, an official end of summer, and it's a time for celebration. It's a time for people on the road traveling. And naturally, we will see motor vehicle crashes. We will see motorcycle crashes. We will see these high-speed, high-energy events that result in severe injuries. We also see pedestrians struck, bicycle crashes, and even assaults.
Are we seeing more instances of drinking and driving these days as we have in years past? Are more people using things like Uber to avoid this, or is it still a major problem for hospitals?
We have seen a little dip in the motor vehicle crash fatalities related to alcohol, but still it's very significant. So it is a major issue. And you're exactly right. We really do emphasize that 95% of these injuries that we see and 95% of these fatalities are completely preventable in motor vehicle crashes. And it's being very vigilant, as you point out, watching for your friends, family, teammate, whoever it might be who is potentially impaired, and not allowing them to get behind the wheel. It's that prevention.
Right.
And there are so many alternatives like Uber, Lyft, taxis, and even a designated driver, or sleep over somewhere and sleep it off and then drive home safely the next day.
Doctor, when we think about impaired driving, I think driving a car comes to mind initially, but there's also an issue of people drinking and then going out doing some boating or hopping on a motorcycle. These also major problems, correct?
Yes, they are, very much so. These are situations where people might be impaired, and we're talking about drugs and alcohol, but also in the motor vehicle crashes and even on motorcycles, believe it or not, texting, phone calls, things like that, in which folks are not able to concentrate or able to reflexively react to changes in front of them. So they are major issues. So the motorcycles are, fast, light, and more difficult to see than a larger car or SUV, and are at risk because of that. And the rider does not have that form of protection we have in a vehicle. Boating is the same way. It's fast. It can be, it can be a lot of fun, and naturally is moving along quickly. But people may be less familiar in how to control a boat than they are with a car, and it is more difficult. And then we think about even jet skis, which we see out there, which are essentially motorcycles on the water. Same thing, made by the companies that make motorcycles. They're fast, they're light, hard to see, and sometimes hard to control.
Doctor, a lot of people see this weekend as the last really big party weekend, perhaps, to get out there with the family, do a big people around the grill, barbecuing things up. But that can be dangerous as well. What are some of the key mistakes people make when they're out there grilling, getting ready to grill, have an outdoor meal?
You're right. And we want people to enjoy it. The summer's been a fun time. This is a chance to reflect back on that. And we don't want to take that away from folks. They deserve it. But that said, we want them to do it so safely. When there are fireworks, when there are cookouts and things like that, those are inherently dangerous. The fireworks, by definition, are explosives. The celebrations, the bonfires are fires and the potential for burns. And with the explosives, with eye injuries, digit injuries, hand injuries, things like that. And then add in perhaps alcohol or drugs. People are impaired. They're not able to react and not able to make those judgments to say, stay away from the fireworks, stay away from the bonfire. My own recommendation is really leave that up to the professionals, but enjoy it. Leave it up to them.
All right, Dr. Gates, have a safe and happy holiday yourself. Thanks for being with us, as always.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you.
All right.